You know, you may recall a few weeks back that I patched this Givi top case after a recent crash on my motorcycle. Put a ding in it, a little hole, and it was pretty easy for me to repair this thing. And I put a lot of effort into this top case, so I wanted to save it for my new bike. I I made a video about it, and it's pretty simple. Redneck glue repair, but it's very effective and it doesn't leak water, and I'm pretty proud of it. So if you want to go back and watch that video, great. If you want to see the next level of repair, stay tuned. It's going to get hairy up in this bitch. Once I repaired the hole in the top case, it was time to mount the mounting bracket to the rear of the motorcycle. And what I'm showing you here is the big platform, the big metal platform on the rear, and it's much wider than the platform on the Tiger. And this platform, the mounting bracket, the plate, has these wings that fold around the side of the plate. So in other words, it will not lay flat on this platform, and that's what I'm discovering here. The problem is this much wider metal platform on the rear of the Tenere does not allow this thing to lay flat. So rather than cut the platform, the metal platform, I decided to cut the plastic off the sides. I mean, they're just there for looks. It's all nice and pretty, and I don't intend to actually impress anybody with these things, so I just decided to start cutting them off. Now, I have lots of cutting devices, but I chose to go with a cutoff wheel, and I've cut plastic with it before. It seems to cut pretty well. I will warn you that you're probably going to lose this tool. It doesn't wear the tool down, but it does gum it up significantly, to the point where it's really not usable on metal. But yeah, as far as quick and easy, this is quick and easy if you know how to use one of these things. If you don't know how to use one, especially if you're cutting metal, you need to watch some videos on it and learn how to do it before you cut off one of your fingers or your dick or something. It's when it starts cutting, it likes to go, and it's it's spinning pretty high speed, and it throws sparks. I can remember one of the first times I used a cutoff wheel many years ago. I'm sitting there grinding on something. I can't remember what I was cutting, but all I remember is I'm in the garage throwing sparks across the garage, which I've always thought that was pretty cool. But then I realized where the sparks were going. They were going straight at an open container of gasoline, and I've never really forgotten that. But also, it's like you got to be careful. Use eye protection. Use something. The plastic doesn't go very far, but you get little metal chips, and they can easily get in your eyes. And I'm kind of protective about my eyes, but yeah, this is a pretty quick cleanup process, and just make it so it's relatively flat, sits relatively flat, so I can bolt it to the platform on the rear. All right, now that we've got this thing ground down, let's see how it fits. I bet it's going to fit pretty doggone close to exactly where I want it. So that hole lines up, that hole lines up, that hole, and that hole lines up. These are big holes out here, so I'm going to have to get probably some aluminum plates put up under there as a washer to hold those in place. But otherwise, this thing should just fit right on here. And I didn't talk about it earlier, but I did drill a hole in here so I could get power coming out of the Tiger. This came off the Tiger, if you don't know, the one that got crashed. And I made a video on repairing this hole right here because I really wanted to reuse this box. It's got a lot of custom stuff on the inside, including this. But this is not siliconed. But when I do run the power back to it, I'm going to silicone the inside and the outside so water doesn't get in there. But once I bolt this thing on here, it's just going to slip on here, just like this. And then once it's easier when it's mounted. Trust me. Yeah, these things are really easy to come on and off. But yeah, it should look something like that. And yeah, it looks big and goofy right now. But you know, once I get all my Big Bertha on there, I'm gonna have a slimmed down version of Big Bertha this year, or next year at least. Yeah, I'll probably get some more nylon saddlebags because I'm fragile now, and if the bike falls over on me, I'm more likely to get my leg out from under nylon than I am out from metal. Even though I did talk about briefly, putting these bags on there. And it may be an option. I don't know. I haven't talked myself out of it yet. But, I mean, if I need a lot of secure luggage, this is an option. I've just kind of gotten away from hard cases, except for the top. I mean, I travel with a lot of expensive electronics. You know, I put my laptop in the top here, and then camera crap, and then whatever else I gotta carry electronic wise. So this case will hold everything that I need plus some, and I don't have to worry about it. Well, the fun part was done. I enjoy cutting stuff, fabricating stuff, making stuff fit. But then came the hard part. The hard part was actually mounting that plate to the bike. That plate was difficult. That's a really tight fit between the plate and the top of the motorcycle, the plastics, the tail of the motorcycle. So it's really hard to get the nut up in there to get the washers. And I built some handmade long washers, basically aluminum angle iron. And I couldn't really get those to fit up in there. I even had help. I had Luke helping me, and it was still a pain in the butt. But yeah, I finally got the thing mounted, and I was really proud of it. So it all came out in the end. I will probably actually add a couple of washers on there just because I didn't like the way those washers were being squished. And there's a lot of weight bouncing around in the back of that top case, and I don't want any of that stuff to fall off. But that's all I got for now, and I'll see you in the next one.